You don't have to be a birder to enjoy the relaxing sound of birdsong in your yard. Birds can bring life and cheerfulness to your space, and the easiest way to get more of them is with a feeder. And what's becoming even more popular than a standard bird feeder is a smart bird feeder with a built-in camera, like the Birdfy Smart Feeder Cam from Netvue. This lets you see who's visiting your yard at any time of day, and it creates a photo and video record for you to enjoy whenever you want.
I recently received a test sample from Netvue to install and try out here. I'll show you what you're getting with this purchase, how it works, what the setup and battery life is like, and I'll wrap things up with the pros and the cons, and I'll let you know if I think I can recommend this smart bird feeder concept to you.
A quick note that while Netvue provided this sample to me at no charge, it didn't make any requests about the content of my review, so these thoughts are 100% my own. So what's in the box? When you get this package, you're going to find a lot of stuff. You'll get the main feeder unit, which has the camera pre-installed, and perhaps not surprisingly, the camera is IP65 waterproof since it will be used outdoors. The camera itself is not removable from the feeder, but with this kit, that's not a problem since there's also a solar panel with flexible mount included. There is also a roof or lid for the feeder and a perch, as well as several different mounting options, including clips for attaching your feeder to a pole, post, wall mounting it, or even wrapping it around a tree.
I have to say I am extremely impressed by all of the options available for virtually any type of installation situation. Now this differs greatly from at least one other product I've tried, and that's Bird Buddy, which only offers very limited installation options. I will say it might be nice if Netvue included a small sample bag of bird seed so that I could fill the feeder up right away when it arrives, but like other feeders on the market, it is up to you to bring the seed to your yard.
Let's start with the setup and the installation. You're first going to need to assemble a few parts, but it's actually super easy. Snap the lid on first, and that roof doubles as a flip-top lid for the feeder, which also makes it really easy to fill. Next up, you'll attach the perch, which goes in with a small thumb screw. Then download the Netvue app. This is how you're going to connect the feeder and the camera to your home's Wi-Fi. Setup here was really easy, and with just a few taps, I was connected to my feeder and ready to go in a matter of minutes. Definitely high fives here for an easy setup process. You're going to want to install the feeder somewhere you can make sure you're going to get reliable Wi-Fi from your house, so try to keep it within range. For my installation, I opted to use the tree mount. With this, you're going to use an L-shaped bracket and a Velcro band to wrap around your tree. The mount is actually really secure and holds the feeder firmly in place, even during a very recent, furious windstorm. The solar panel being included in this particular package is genius. Once connected, I never have to worry about taking the feeder down to recharge it. Solar panel connects into the back of the feeder using a USB-C cable, and the flexible rubber mount allows you to hang the solar panel or wrap it around a branch. It's actually a really great option for mounting.
I can confirm the solar charging kit worked perfectly, and my battery never went below a full charge.
Filling the feeder couldn't be easier. Just unlatch the back of the roof and tip it forward to fill it from the top. The seed will flow into the feeder at the base and then stack up in the plastic hopper behind the camera. There's no need to tip the feeder over to fill it, and no spillage during this process. The feeder holds a really good amount of seed, about 1.5 liters. While that may seem like a lot, it actually didn't last me much more than a day once I started getting regular bird visitors. Because the base tray is wide open and it lets the seed flow unfettered, it just kind of turned the feeder into an open bird seed buffet with nothing to meter the flow. After a couple of weeks, I found out Netvue actually sells an optional base plate that you can use to cover the tray and slow access to the seed. It does cost an additional $24 US for a 2-pack, but I think it's pretty much mandatory if you don't want to be filling the feeder every day, which I definitely had to do before I got the cover. I think that wide open base tray is a bit of a design flaw that could be upgraded in a future version of this feeder, or I hope that Netvue would start including the grate as part of its package in the near future. After I installed the cover, the feed went from gone in a day to lasting 4 to 5 days.
One of the things I really appreciate about this feeder is the option of taking advantage of the Netvue cloud recording, or just installing a micro SD card, which isn't included, and recording your own video onto that. I'm actually impressed that Netvue isn't trying to rope you into paying a monthly subscription fee after you buy the camera, since the app will actually store a limited amount of videos and photos, about 10-second clips for 30 days at no cost to you.
You can also add smart AI bird identification when you purchase or upgrade to it later. The HD video camera in the feeder has motion detection built in. That means anytime a bird approaches the feeder apron or perch, it will capture video automatically. The camera has a 135-degree wide viewing angle, so you can really see from side to side across the feeder. And because the camera is well placed in the middle of the feeder, you get a really full top to bottom view as well. I found the video quality was really good. While I would love to see a 4K or ultra high resolution version of this feeder one day, the current quality is more than enough to easily see and identify any visitors to the feeder. While this camera can become a touch washed out in brighter or more direct light, for the most part it provides a great window. You also have the option of paying to access Netvue's AI photos, which will take a still from your videos, analyze it, and then tell you exactly what type of birds are visiting. I used this camera in my yard for about a month and captured plenty of birds on the camera. Now, they were mainly common ones like sparrows, finches, and doves. I didn't see any exotic birds, but that's not Netvue's fault. As far as my limited bird recognition knowledge goes, the AI identification seemed to identify those birds accurately.
The camera also has the ability to give you a live look, plus it also has full color night vision, a siren, and two-way audio, meaning you can also use this as a security camera to some extent.
With that said, it wasn't easy to capture or identify people unless they were right up close to the camera, and I found the night vision was not that clear.
Now, of course, home security is not the primary purpose of Birdfy. It's meant to capture birds, so it's hard to deduct points for this. Perhaps just something to be aware of, and I would actually recommend that if you are in the market for more of a security surveillance device, to choose a camera that is purpose-built for that.
Overall, I have to say this is the best smart bird feeder camera I've reviewed so far. It comes with all the accessories you need in this particular package, including the solar panel and AI bird recognition, and it has a lot of great features overall. Plus, the minor downsides it does have don't take away from its overall usefulness or enjoyment, and it's a little bit more affordable than some other options.
On the pro side, the assembly, setup, and installation are super easy and quick, and with so many mounting options included, it is really easy to place it anywhere. I'm a huge fan of the solar panel being included in this version of the kit, since it means I never need to charge the camera. With free short clip cloud recording or the option of using a micro SD card, I also never have to worry about paying monthly fees either. I think the design is super cute and the video quality is really good, and the AI bird recognition seems accurate. The videos are widescreen and clear, and the fact that I can use this as a security camera in a pinch is also a bit of a plus, even if that feature is somewhat lacking. On the downside, I would love to see the open feeding tray redesigned a little bit so it's not so easily accessible. During my testing period, birds flooded to the feeder and it needed refilling pretty much every day, which gets expensive and becomes a bit of a chore. I did, of course, later learn about the cover, which does restrict access to the seed and keep it from spilling over, but at this moment that comes at an extra cost. I also found out the camera was not great at picking up people or motion at any kind of distance. Not really a problem, since this is primarily meant to capture birds perched right in front of it, but if you are hoping for some security camera use out of it, you might be a little bit disappointed. In short though, I am a big fan of the Birdfy Smart Feeder Cam, and I think this is the only one to get if you're hoping to add more birds and more life to your yard. The Birdfy Smart Feeder Cam with solar panel from Netvue sells for about $219 US for just the feeder, or $279 with the solar panel and AI bird recognition enabled, and that is less than some other competitors. You can get one from Netvue or from Amazon, and if you want to see what else is out there, you can also check out a review of the competition, Bird Buddy, or see what using a security camera for bird watching is like right now.